Hi, it's Tim Matcham here, the property finance coach, and I'm here with another insight into building a team of people around you to help you and support you on your property journey. So, yeah, let's we've had a look at a couple of other things. So we've looked at brokers, we've looked at accountants, and this in this video we're going to be looking at working with solicitors. Now, solicitors, just the same as accountants, brokers, come in different shapes and sizes. And, if you just want somebody to do fairly straightforward conveyancing, that's a very different kettle of fish to having somebody who can maybe help you with putting together lease option agreements or sorting out rent-to-rent arrangements and stuff. So understanding what you need from your solicitor is really key in the first instance. So understand who you want and what roles you want them to perform for you. Like I say, if you just want conveyancing, just a straightforward conveyancing solicitor is going to be absolutely fine. It's a fairly straightforward process. Is like any of these things, there's more and more hoops to jump through these days, it seems, to be able to do these things. But the skills required for conveyancing are very different than from going on and doing more complex and more sophisticated property investment strategies. So if you're going to do title splits, for example, you need somebody who's specialist in understanding how title splits work and all the nuances and stuff around working with title splits. If you are doing purchase lease options, you need to have somebody who's familiar and has done purchase lease options in the past, so that you're not having to kind of educate them in the process of what you're actually trying to do. And similarly, if you're working with investors, it pays to understand who the solicitors are and whether they've had experience of similar types of transactions in the past, because they will be helping you to put together the documentation and making sure you're compliant with the rules and regulations. So we've got things like PS 13.3 to comply with, and so having a people in your team who understand what it is you're doing. If they're property investors themselves, that helps massively. Whether that's a broker, whether it's an accountant, whether it's a solicitor, having somebody who's actually doing what they're talking to you about is a massive help. And you'll find that quite frequently that the top lawyers and the top accountants and the top brokers are actually investing in property themselves, because they see it as something that is really powerful for their building of their portfolios and stuff, to know these different strategies. So be clear. Clarity is so key in many of these things, to understand exactly who you want as part of your team. Don't just go up to your local high street solicitor and expect them to be able to come up with all the answers to all of these various different things. If you're working in a specialist field like advanced strategies in property investment, it pays to have somebody who understands the language that you're using, and you're not then having to educate them into the kind of processes and things that you want to be actually doing yourself. So whatever level, if you're doing rent to rent, you need somebody who's specialist in putting rent to rent agreements together. If you're doing purchase lease options, find somebody who understands how purchase lease options work. You don't want to be educating a solicitor on how a purchase lease option works. If you're doing, exchange and delayed completion, you might need somebody there who's familiar with the kind of ways of doing that. And again, if you're working with investors and you're putting loan agreements together, or you're putting joint venture agreements together, it helps to have somebody who's got experience in that field before launching into it yourself. So have an understanding of what you want, and then make sure that the solicitor and the team that you build around you have got that capability. So I'm Tim Matcham, the property finance coach. We go into this in much more detail on my online course, which is called Property Ambition, and details bit just right here. And we'd love to see you on that. So if you'd like to get in contact, be pleased to talk to you. I'm Tim Matcham, property finance coach, and we'll talk to you again very soon. And the next live, we're going to be talking about mentors, mentoring, and coaching, training, education in general. See you soon. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to receive notifications. We look forward to seeing you again very soon.